Okay, it's Ringwalk Media in association with Well Ice Therapy. It's fight week down in Telford. Anthony Crolla, you've got James Moorcroft out. Big European fight, mate.
It is, yeah. It's a great opportunity for James, fighting a very good lad in Ethan James. But these are the opportunities in the fights you come in boxing for, especially James, you know, wherever he's come from. And he's done everything asked of him in camp, and he's given himself the best possible chance. To do it on Saturday night. Listen, he's a big underdog, but I think he's a very live one. And looking forward to it.
Now the opponent, he's had a very, very good amateur career, but 10 pro fights. James has doubled that. Do you think that experience is going to prevail over, inexperience?
I think, like you say, you just said then, that Ethan had a fantastic amateur career, and James obviously didn't have one. But James has sort of learned on the job. I believe that James, early on, he's done a lot of learning. And in the gym, sparring quality fights, not sparring, but he's been around quality fighters, and I've seen the improvement in him. But it's like you say, and I think both lads know. I think they're a lot more evenly matched than the bookmakers are making out. But it's no, I don't think, like you say, experience. I think they are pretty on that kind of level. They are pretty similar matched.
So listen, James obviously last fight, second round KO, and that's 2 second round KOs out of 4 fights actually. English mandatory. So how did the European belt come up?
His manager Steve Wood gave him the call. So obviously he was waiting to fight. Obviously Danny Ball. He nearly boxed Danny Ball the night. He won it with Jamie Robinson, but James is super dedicated. But he's just been on holiday, and he's a big welterweight, as you see, and it would have just been a little bit too tight to get it down safely and the best of James. So when this opportunity come up, yeah, fantastic. And it took James about 10 seconds to decide, I think.
I'll tell you what, he'd be jumping around the room like he was when he won the mandatory, wouldn't
he? Yeah, if he does it on Saturday, he'll be, you know how excited James gets anyway. But no, listen, if he does it on Saturday, I'll be super, super proud. Listen, I'll be proud. I'm proud of him no matter what. But I mean, if he performs how he can, he's got a great chance of doing it, and it'll mean a lot. Like say where he's come from and the improvements. Not to pat myself on about the improvements he's made through hard work. He's always the hardest worker in the room, and it'll mean a lot. He'll get abused nothing more than he deserves on Saturday night.
We had that argument last time we interviewed who was the hardest worker. But we were saying to James in his interview before, in the last 2 years, he's changed as a boxer. He's so much more technical. He's a lot more confident, and he's actually, a very, very good chance of winning this fight.
He has, and you just said it. Then he's made a lot of improvements there to see. That's not any deal out where he's come from. That's just going to come with experience. I say he was relatively new to boxing when he turned over. He was very raw, and there's a few things. Obviously, there's still loads of improvement in him, and a lot of work still to be done with him, but he's improving all the time. And like you said, like you said then, I think he's improved an awful lot. And he's going to need that on Saturday as well. And you say Ethan, who's technically very, correct, lovely movement on him. He's going to need these improvements to show on Saturday night.
It is a 50-50 fight, I think, on Saturday night, and it's kind of a away day for both fighters. So there's no advantage either way, is there?
No, it is. It's like you say, I think it's very well matched. But it'll be a good fight. Like I say, I think last time out, James is coming off a fantastic win. He's built on that in the gym. He's working the gym. So yeah, like I say, these are the nights James has had. I don't know how many fights he's had now, but these are the fights now he needs to be involved in.
So listen, let's talk about Rhiannon Dickson. She's got a fight as well. How's she doing? Is she looking forward to it?
She looks fantastic. She really does, and she can't wait for it. I think the date's more or less sorted now. We're waiting. But yeah, Katarina Thanders for the European title. And listen, since last time out, the improvements in the gym have been massive. So obviously she's got to take them into fight night, and if she does, I'm very confident we come away with the win. But listen, Katarina Thanders, when you're about experience, there's someone who's been around. I watched her up close. I've said it before actually, but in Bolton that night. It'll be a good fight. I don't see how the styles can't gel not to be a good fight with Katarina and Rhiannon.
And obviously, when she won the title back a few months ago now. Yeah, a bit more, wasn't it?
March or something like that.
It was just the end of February, wasn't it, I think?
End of February or something. Yeah, so it's been a while actually, to be honest, but hopefully now the fight's almost sorted.
In that ring, she just looked like she was totally in command. And I think it was the 5th round or the 4th round. She floored her, and she looked over in the corner at you. What did you say to her? Because she went hell for leather at that point.
I knew that she'd hurt Vicky, so she couldn't let her off the hook there. You know, she's a good finisher, and I think she's shown that. And it was just that she had to go back downstairs. But she's hitting harder all the time. She really is, and her record doesn't suggest just how hard she hits. I said it to her: the stoppage is going to come. Trust me. She was like mad on getting so I was going, trust me, it's going to come. Anyone who's sparred with her will say how hard she hits. But again, that's like James. You know, she's come with no amateur experience, so there's loads of work to do with her. But she's very, you know, she's a pleasure to train.
And by the end of this weekend, you could have 2 European belts in your gym.
Well, no, because Rhiannon's Commonwealth. But
A Commonwealth and a European.
Yeah, so WBO European and a European belt in September with Rhiannon, hopefully. So yeah, that'll be nice to have them in the gym for sure. So
And
I didn't have.
Well, yeah, but you got the world titles, mate. To be fair, didn't you? You wouldn't swap them.
I didn't know, but listen, it would have been nice to have them as well.
And obviously, young Bobby. How's Bobby doing?
Bob's a talent, you know. I speak well of Bob, and he's good. He's back in the gym. He's always looking sharp and stuff. And hopefully soon Bob will get this opportunity that I think he deserves. You know, on the big shows. I believe he's a talent. I believe he's a real talent. But he's
due one now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I think he's had 5 or 6 now, hasn't he? And he looked well last time out. But Bob's improving all the time, and once you build that engine, he's going forward. He's going to be 6 rounds next. Build up. You start taking that into championship rounds. He'll be a very hard person to beat, Bobby.
Well, listen, it's going to be a cracking week, cracking fight night on Saturday. Wish you and your fighters all the best, mate, and fingers crossed for you.
Thanks very much, man. Thank you.